welcome back to my channel. Today I have a topic that I'm very passionate about, and it is how to stay stylish when your body is changing. When you're gaining weight, losing weight, going through pregnancy, going through postpartum, all of these natural changes that we go through that really impact or can impact our confidence, the way we see ourselves, our self-esteem. I wish I had a video like this to look at, not only when I was growing up, because I went through a lot of different stages with my weight growing up. You know, I've been through pregnancy before, I've been through postpartum. This is my second pregnancy. I'm currently in my third trimester. I wish I had a video like this to look at. So that's why I'm making it. So the first thing I want to talk about is that we need to normalize weight gain and weight fluctuations. Weight gain, weight loss, it's normal, okay? Even if you are not somebody that struggles with your weight, you are bound to fluctuate because of hormones, because of your period, because of water retention, because of just natural things that we go through. Obviously, if it's like unhealthy weight gain, and if it's something that's happening because of an underlying medical condition, then that's different. But I'm talking about just normal weight gain, whether it's throughout the month as you know, we're going through our cycle, or if it's just normal weight gain as you grow older, or you're gaining muscle, you're gaining a butt, you're gaining boobs, or you're going through pregnancy, whether you're gaining or losing, it is normal to fluctuate in weight. Like, we can't try to stick to the same size forever. You are not the same weight you were in your early 20s or your teenage years. It is normal. So normalizing that is like the first thing I want to talk about, because it took me a little while. And when it comes to style, if you're anything like me, my style and fashion and my clothes and, you know, like feeling good in what I'm wearing does something for me psychologically. It is more than just the clothes that I'm putting on. It contributes to my overall confidence, the way that I carry myself and how I feel for the day. So that's part of the reason why I've educated myself on, you know, what looks good for my body type, depending on what stage I'm in life, why I try out so many different outfit formulas, depending on like what my body is going through in whatever stage of life I'm in, why I would never just stick to one specific silhouette, and I try out different silhouettes and I talk about different body types on here. Always encourage you guys to try out as much styling as you can, like throughout your life, because the more research you do on style and the more you put outfits together and work with different silhouettes and experiment, the more comfortable you become with dressing your body type, no matter what it looks like at whatever stage of life you're in. For example, when I have a belly, I am wearing silhouettes that I maybe didn't try out before I had a belly, you know, and I'm experimenting with all of these different outfits, and it's something that brings up my confidence so much more. If I compare my pregnancy the first time around to this time, I barely documented any pregnancy outfits during my first pregnancy. And it's because I was a little bit more hesitant to experiment with different silhouettes. And I just wasn't as comfortable with accepting the weight gain and the body changes, you know, and not just for pregnancy, but, you know, in the past when I've gained more weight, it took me a long period of time to start experimenting with different silhouettes that worked better for my new body. I was like more hesitant to evolve my style. I was just trying to stick to these silhouettes that worked when I was like way thinner at an unsustainable weight for me. Focusing on fit over size. I talk about this so much. Sizing up changed the game for me. Okay, I started sizing up way before I gained, like way before I became pregnant the first time. There's something about sizing up and then either tailoring to your body. I always like add an extra couple of inches. I wouldn't recommend tailoring like to your exact body. But sizing up, or either cinching it, like leaving it sized up, not tailoring and just cinching it, or tailoring a little bit. It's one of the best things that you can do for your wardrobe, because it's going to prevent you from having a breakdown when you cannot fit into something, when you're having these normal weight fluctuations. Okay, so I now size up in everything. Like 9 times out of 10, when I am buying something, no matter what it is, I am sizing up. If I have to cinch it, I cinch it. If I have to tie something on my waist, I tie something on my waist. I don't care. And I'm going based off of, if I am using a size chart, I go based off of my hip size. I go based off of the widest size. I don't pay attention to my waist size. I don't pay attention to or the number on the scale. I look at myself in the mirror. I see if I like what I see, and I just size up. It is a habit now that I do, and I recommend it to everyone. Know your measurements, sure, but only so that you can buy based off of your widest measurement, which for me is my hips or my shoulders or my bust. So really quickly, I wanted to talk about Coterie, which is the sponsor of today's video. I am in the process of restocking things and purchasing new things, trying new things out for baby number 2 that maybe I didn't try out for baby number 1, but I've heard nothing but good things about. And Coterie was one of the brands that I really, really wanted to try out, especially because I have sensitive skin and my firstborn has sensitive skin, and I'm pretty sure my secondborn will probably have sensitive skin as well. If you guys have never heard about Coterie, they are a baby care brand, and they're mostly known for their diapers and their wipes, but they do make other baby care items. This time around, I could be a little pickier. First time around, I did have a baby shower, and everyone got us boxes and boxes and boxes of wipes and diapers, which I'm so grateful for, because we didn't need to buy our own. And, you know, despite the research and everything that I did, like, I just used what I was given because I wasn't gonna let it go to waste, you know. But now for this baby, we can be a little pickier, and we can, you know, test things out that maybe we wanted to before, but we didn't get around to. So I am so pleasantly surprised. When I unboxed these, I knew that they were going to be very soft, but I was still surprised by how soft these are. It honestly doesn't even feel like a diaper. First of all, look how adorable this is. Like, you forget how tiny these are. And as a seasoned mother, as a second-time mom, just by feeling these, I haven't tried them, but just by feeling them and knowing like what I look for in a diaper, I know that these are going to be diapers that are most likely going to do a better job at helping my baby sleep a little better. Obviously, it depends on the baby. It depends on so many other factors. But from my experience, I just feel like this is something that's going to help a lot. So what I look for in a diaper, especially for newborns and like smaller babies, how soft the diaper is and how well it's going to absorb. So just by feeling this, I know that this is something that's going to hold a lot. And I look at the little flanges on the side because this is what prevents blowouts. Chances are everything's going to go a lot smoother for both you and baby if you're not getting blowouts, and if the baby doesn't feel like very, very wet. So you want a diaper that's going to absorb a lot, hold in blowouts, and make sure that nothing is, you know, spilling all over them or all over the bassinet or crib. I look at where you fasten the diaper, how soft this is to make sure it's not going to be something that's going to irritate them. The flanges, how soft is it? How stretchy is it? Because all of that causes irritation. Finally, the last, but really the first thing that I look at for any baby product are clean ingredients. So they're dermatology tested, they're clean ingredients. And then for the wipes, they're a very good size. This is not something that I feel I'm gonna need like 10 wipes to be able to effectively clean my baby. This, like the thickness of it, the way that it feels, how sturdy it is, and the size of it, I can just tell that it's something that I'm only gonna need like 1 or 2 wipes. Another thing that I wanna note on these is that they're very strong. Like, this is like, it takes a lot to like, I don't even think I would be able to split this. It's made with purified water, 5 essential ingredients, and it's 100% plant-derived, plastic-free fibers, 99% water. They look like this. So these just check all the boxes. When your baby is a newborn, you go through so many different brands to try to find what works for your baby. You just end up going through so much product, so many wipes, so many diapers, when you're not picking something that is very effective or performs very well to begin with. So it is something to really consider, and it just makes everything everything runs smoother. You can focus on other things. And honestly, all of the research that I've done on diapers, like Coterie just shows up at the top of every list. I think it would be a great gift if you just send a box over to a new mom or a mom to be. She's going to appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you so much, Coterie, for sponsoring this portion of the video. Don't forget to check out the description. I do have a 20% discount code. I'll put the link where you can shop directly at coterie.com. And I'm also going to put a QR code on the screen that you can easily scan. Find the staples and pieces that can grow and shrink with you. So this is like, I can make an entirely separate video for this, but I'm going to quickly go through what this means. So this, I actually really narrowed in on these pieces when I became pregnant the first time, and now even more. Like for this second pregnancy, they're just staples in my closet that I know are going to work for me, not only when I'm going through pregnancy and postpartum, but also through any weight fluctuations that I may have. So BOXIER dresses, which I've talked about a million times, what I love about BOXIER dresses is that similarly to just sizing up, you're able to create the silhouette that you want. So you can cinch it if you want. It's something that is not very like clingy or structured, and you can really manipulate to your body and make it work for you, you know, as opposed to something that's a little tighter. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, dresses like this are great for when you're pregnant, but it might not be something that's going to make you feel super confident if you're not going through pregnancy and you're just going through like these weight changes. Just oversized BOXIER dresses or wrap dresses. The reason I love wrap dresses so much and I would size up in them is because you can cinch them, and the way that it ties at your midsection is something that I feel is very flattering. So you're highlighting your waist, you're highlighting, you know, you're making like this area more broad and the bottom more broad, which is my personal go-to silhouette when I'm cinching anything. So I like things to be a little boxier on top and more A-line on the bottom, and then I'm cinching the mid-waist. But obviously, you pick a dress or a silhouette that works for you and your body type. But these are the ones that I have found that work really well throughout all of my different weight stages. Skirts. I've recently integrated a ton of skirts into my collection because they work so well during pregnancy, and I know that they're gonna be a go-to postpartum because it's not something that's like tight on the waist, and it's just so easy to style, both high-waisted and low-waisted, which is another point that I'm going to make. And they're very versatile. You can wear them with pretty much anything, and it just works like no matter your size, you know? Specifically maxi skirts, I've been very into them lately. I love my one from Lisette, you guys know. Anything with elastic waistband or drawstring or pull-up. Okay, I have learned this one this time around. And I just know that this is something that's going to make my postpartum this time around so much better for my confidence and for just like starting to put outfits together. Things that do not have buttons, okay? Like I'm not even going to try to fit into my jeans for a while after having this baby because I have so many, you know, other options that I know are just going to work. So things that don't have buttons or zip ups or anything, just like easy bottoms to put on. Button downs, you guys know how much I love my button downs. One of the main reasons why I have so many of them is because they are such an adaptable piece. So adaptable pieces in general, things that you can throw over and they're oversized. It's not something that's clinging on. It's something that's like meant to be oversized and thrown over outfits for layering. So button ups, cardigans, outerwear. These are all adaptable pieces that just work no matter your size, especially if you gravitate towards more oversized layering pieces, which I always do. So all of these are staples and pieces that just adapt through every stage, no matter my size. So finding your solid collection of pieces. You guys know I talk about my pants from Lisette. Like the reason I'm so attached to them is because they've gone through everything with me. Okay, so if you can find as many pieces as you can like this, you're gonna have such a solid wardrobe. And I wouldn't say like try to hide things. Like if you're gaining an unhealthy amount of weight or you don't feel good, like aside from the clothes, you always want to make sure that you're feeling good from the inside and then work your way out. So I don't want to give off the message of like concealing either. or like just like buying bigger and bigger and bigger clothes to like hide something if you are not happy to begin with. Always make sure that you're good and you're happy first and healthy first. And you just want that to translate through your clothes no matter what your body looks like at the moment. Skimming versus clingy. Now I wear both. Obviously I love my clingier tank dresses and my, clingy tanks and shirts that kind of like suck everything in. But I would recommend just like skimming pieces as opposed to a lot of very clingy pieces. You can have both, but it just depends on like where you're at in terms of confidence. So if you don't love pieces like this, I would recommend just sticking to more skimming pieces, more A-line pieces. If you're going for a maxi dress, get something that's more A-line and flowy and just like skimming your body or flowing out as opposed to something that's very, very clingy. If you don't have silhouettes in your closet that are more skimming or are a little bit more, like boxy or oversized or more of a boyfriend fit, I would recommend incorporating a couple, because that's another thing. Like when you don't experiment with pieces because you think that they're going to look ugly or whatever the case is, and all you have in your closet is tight fitting or bodycon or clingier pieces, then obviously if your body's going through changes, you're not going to feel confident in anything in your closet because you are not prepared. Or maybe different fabrics as well. Like if you're only used to fabrics that really show every little crevice, like something that's like really, really soft, like a silk or rayon or like bamboo type of fabrics, maybe you want to try out poplin or something that is a little thicker. Playing around with different colors. I know I talk about this so much. It doesn't even have to be like from your color palette. Just noticing, looking at yourself in the mirror or in a picture or in a video and acknowledging how you feel when you look at it. So there are times where I wear white or I wear like very light colors. I don't feel as confident as when I wear black. Like that is why I have so much black in my closet, or just darker colors in general. I feel so much more confident. Nudes wash me out, so I don't even touch nudes anymore. Like there are going to be certain colors that are going to make you look way better based on your skin tone, based on your features, your hair, your body, like so many different things. You can try to do research on your color palette. But even if you don't, like just like experimenting with dark and light colors makes a huge, huge, huge difference. Personally, especially when I have gained weight, I just feel way better in black and like darker colors. But in general, like dark versus light, usually there's one that you're gonna prefer more than the other. So looking into that as well. Building a good accessory collection that draws attention where you want it. So I talk about my long necklaces all the time, and aside from the fact that I love them because it's something that I can just throw on anything, like right now I'm just wearing a tank dress and I threw this on and I feel like it makes a little bit of a statement without being like crazy. There's also some psychology behind it. I feel when you are drawing the eye to specific areas of your body, it does something for the balance of your overall outfit. Especially if you have like broad shoulders, I feel like it draws the eye to a point in your body that just like takes attention away from that and just overall makes everything look more balanced. So similarly, having other accessories like a bag, like a very, very big oversized bag, things that are just drawing attention where you want it. Think of it as emphasizing and you being in charge of the attention. Think of it in terms of balance. Another huge one, this one is actually really helpful for me postpartum, and it's something that I'm going to try my best to be on top of. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to try my best. Make sure that your hair and your nails and your overall grooming is what you want it to be, no matter what that looks like for you. Okay, for me, having my hair look, just polished, or whether I wave it or curl it or blow dry it, just have it look, nice and put together. Doing a hairstyle that lasts a couple of days so I don't have to be like stressed about my hair. Having my nails clean, doesn't necessarily have to have polish on it, but just like clean nails. My eyebrows is a big one. Like I look at postpartum pictures the first time around and like pictures like right after I give birth, And I wish I would have had my eyebrows done. I wish I would have at least had my hair done. You know, like those are things that you don't think about it. You feel like it's so superficial, but it really does something for you mentally and it helps you, you know, and whatever it is for you. Excluding your weight, excluding your body, what can you do to yourself aside from clothes that's going to make you feel more confident? For me, I look at hair, nails, and grooming, like overall grooming. Okay, when I don't have my eyebrows done, I feel very undone and like unpolished. When my hair is not done, like there's just something, like I don't even have to wear as much makeup when I feel like my hair looks good. If I can have you take anything away from this video, it would be this. Think of your closet like a toolbox. Your clothes are your tools. Your clothes always have to work for you, okay? You should never feel like you need to work for your clothes. The moment that you put something on your body and you hate yourself in it, either donate it or sell it or do whatever you have to do to not have it make you feel like that. Now, if it's something that you can reasonably fit into, like for example, I know that I'm not going to fit into my jeans like a week after having a baby. So I'm not even touching my jeans for a while. But I know that eventually I might be able to fit into a lot of my jeans, especially because I size up in a lot of them. But there are jeans that I know that just aren't going to fit me because it didn't fit me before I became pregnant. So those are the ones that I should just get rid of. And I did. Okay. So same for you, like your clothes in your closet, they got to work for you. Don't ever feel, the moment that you feel like you need to change stuff about yourself in order to look good in something and you keep it around, like you just keep it around, even if you're not wearing it, like you keep it around, you're like, I'm gonna fit into that one day. I'm gonna make it work. And it's been like a year, it's been 2 years and it's like still there. Get rid of it. You can replace it if you want with something similar, but like your size or something that works for you now, but get rid of it. Stop abusing yourself. Replace it, sell it, donate it. Someone's going to use it. Similarly, if you're following people that have a completely different body type than you and you're trying to constantly purchase things that look amazing on them, but every time you try it just doesn't look good on you, either unfollow this person, even though it's obviously not their fault. Clearly, you're just not learning your lesson, or learn your lesson and know, okay, that looks amazing on them, but it just doesn't work for me and my body type and it never will. And that's okay. Coming to terms with that and understanding that clothes are tools and your body should never be the one to try to work for the clothes. The clothes have to work for you. Dressing for comfort does not mean that you have to sacrifice elegance, okay? My lifestyle is very, very casual and I like the majority of what I'm purchasing to be comfortable, okay? That is like one of the number one characteristics when I'm shopping that it has to like tick off my list. Understanding that you don't have to fit into these like super tight things. You don't have to like suck yourself into like these pieces or these shoes. If it doesn't make you like, if you're not comfortable in it, there are plenty of heels that are very comfortable nowadays. There is no reason for you to be wearing like 7-inch heels that give you blisters and make you bleed, you know, every single time you're putting an outfit together. I mean, if it's like bringing you happiness, okay, but I can't imagine how having blisters and bleeding is bringing you happiness, but to each their own. Being comfortable does not mean sacrificing elegance. You can definitely find pieces that are very comfortable and still look very well made and very elegant and make you look very put together. Experimenting with fabrics is a huge one. For me, I recently talked about a brand called Rudy, which they make pieces made out of this material that is very similar to like a dry fit kind of material to me, but they look very elegant. So experimenting with fabrics is a big one. You're always going to be comfortable in it. It's something that's very stretchy. It's going to adapt to your body, but you still look very put together in it. So they exist. These pieces exist. You don't have to fit into the same jeans you've been trying to fit into since you were in high school. I look at my closet today and I'm so proud of what it is today as opposed to what it used to be, because it is such a real reflection of not only who I am today, but what got me here. So every stage that I've been through, all the weight fluctuations, pregnancy, postpartum, gaining and losing weight and confidence and learning. You learn so much as your body changes and as you purchase new things and try out new things and experiment with fashion. you learn so much, not just about style, but about yourself, and I feel so much more confident going into this postpartum than I did the first time, even though I wasn't aware of it the first time. But I really wish that I would have had, talking about the staples section of this video, having pieces that can grow and shrink with me, like that is a game changer. I really do think that I only had like one pair of pants my first postpartum that weren't loungewear, that were elastic waistband or something that I could pull on. Everything else was either a jean or a trouser that has a button and a zipper, and that was like very high-waisted and cinched at the waist and like A-line, and like that is just not the silhouette for postpartum. And now I have such a good collection of pull-on pants and drawstring pants and just like elastic waisted bottoms that I know I can put so many comfortable yet elevated outfits together postpartum. And that is going to help me so much as somebody who loves style so much and loves putting outfits together, and it really contributes to my confidence. I know that at least that is going to make my postpartum a little easier for me. Even if you're not going through pregnancy and postpartum, the same applies to weight fluctuations. If you are fluctuating in weight throughout the year, whatever it is, like you're just going to feel a lot more confident if you have the right tools for styling yourself. Going through these changes is an opportunity to evolve your personal style and unlock a more like style educated version of yourself. Because I'm always learning. Like the more you experiment, the more you learn. I know way more about styling my body today than I did even a week ago. And finally, you're going to become way pickier, which is a good thing. I'm so much pickier with everything that I bring into my closet. I don't care if I'm not planning on having any more babies. I need it to be something that can grow and shrink with me, even if it's not like a crazy amount of weight, something that I can style high-waisted and low-waisted, versatile pieces, adaptable pieces like we talked about. I'm so much pickier, and that is amazing when it comes to shopping because you're going to make better decisions and you're just really sharpening your toolbox. It's going to get to a point where you're going to be like in your 40s or 50s and you're going to have such a good wardrobe. Like your wardrobe is going to be like perfection, and it's going to work so well for you. You're going to know yourself so well and you're going to be so confident. Nobody can tell you anything about your clothes or styling or balancing your outfits. I really tried not to make this video about just, like pregnancy and postpartum, but it is a huge part of why I feel so passionate about this topic, because I had a hard time. I had a hard time postpartum my first time around for obvious reasons, because, it's a huge drastic change that you're going through in your life, bringing a child into this world forever. But also as somebody who loves clothes and style and putting outfits together, and it's a huge part of my life and my job, it really impacted me. It sounds dumb. Like it sounds like, there's, there's way bigger problems in this world, which I'm aware. But knowing how to style yourself during these stages of your life really helps to ease the stress, okay? Regardless of how you've gained the weight or what kind of, weight fluctuation it is, whether you've lost a lot of weight is another one, obviously. Just understanding how to dress your body depending on what it is that you're going through. You can go thrift things. You don't necessarily have to buy new things. Just like trying out different silhouettes and different things that will work for your body no matter what stage you're going through in these body changes. So yeah, that is everything. I hope that at least some of you found this video helpful, and I will see you in my next video.